Oh boy, is this going to be a spicy one. The CW's Flash goes full animal bathing enthusiast, pushes multiple objective lies, including hashtag trans is beautiful and, quote, protect trans kids. Oh, God, I'm glad I stopped watching this fucking show 4 seasons ago. And this is a guy right here pretending to be a female. All right, let's be honest. You're playing pretend. You're dressing up. You're wearing the female gender, the female sexuality, because they're the same thing. Social gender's not a social construct. It's biological. And spare me the fact that, well, scientists say that this is gender now and this is sexuality. They're social constructs. No, there's male and female chromosomes. That's all you get. 2. There's 2 genders and mental illness. That's it. So here we go. Let's get into this article. Found it. From Bounding, this came out today. The CW's Flash series went full animal bathing enthusiast by pushing multiple lies when sharing a photo of Wyatt Benjamin Maines, the actor who plays the character Dreamer, a.k.a. Nia Nal, and pretends to be a woman named Nicole Maines on its official Instagram account, and I just went and reacted it. The show's official Instagram account shows Maines dressed up in his Dreamer superhero costume holding up the trans flag. The image appears to be captioned by Maines, who writes, "That's my time, folks. Thanks for spending the day with me and hyping up Dreamer's return. Enjoy the episode. Hashtag trans is beautiful. Trans rights are human rights and protect trans kidsies." This is all mental illness that should be treated. I mean, like, you're going to tell me that's a female. Come on. Give me a fucking break. Oh, I love this. And you look at the accounts of these people, they all have, like, they're autistic or they have this or that disability in their bio. I never, for the life of me, I can't understand why these fucking smooth brain retards put fucking that they have, like, autism or Bell's palsy in their fucking bios. Like, it's virtue signaling. Like, I'm not insulting people that have those conditions. I'm insulting people who use those conditions for internet clout. You know, it's just, it's fucking stupid. I'm not going to say it's cringe because the word cringe is cringe, but this is trash. The actor also performed a Q&A on Instagram. At one point was asked, what would Dreamer say about the transphobic BS going on? Maines replied, Dreamer would probably say something very eloquent and very inspiring and very hopeful because that's the kind of person he is. Perhaps more so than I am. I always don't have the right answer when I see all that is happening. But I think the message Dreamer would want to get across is that we're all different, Maines continued. We all have things that make us unique. That's mental illness. It doesn't make you unique. We all have experiences that set us apart from each other, and those aren't bad things. And those are things that should be celebrated. Why? Why do we need to celebrate mental illness? It doesn't need to be celebrated. It needs to be treated. That's what it needs. That's what needs to happen. And I think that he would be using every tool in his repertoire to protect the community, show our beauty and show our power, show our value and show our humanity. And he would protect us and he would fight for us. I'm saying he, just like the article says, and I agree with it. Like, this is stupid. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. In another question, Maines was asked, is comic book Nia going to be a trans icon we know and love? He responded, yes, he will. Dreamer's always going to be a trans icon, and I can't wait for that to bring that sort of thing to the comic book universe. We haven't quite found the perfect way to fold his transness into his storyline in the main universe just yet. But when we do, it's going to be really special. It's going to be really great and powerful and all of the good things. So stay tuned for that. So it's going to be a ham-fisted plot point that doesn't need to be in the story, doesn't make any sense to the story, doesn't add anything to the story. But they're going to shoehorn it in there because matrans. But in the graphic novel, it will play a big part. Yes, we will see the return of the trans icon, Maines concluded. Jesus Christ. Bishop Michael Burbage of the Catholic Diocese of Arlington explains in his letter, Catch thesis on human person and gender ideology. In the past decade, our culture has seen a growing acceptance of transgender ideology, that is, the claim that a person's biological sex and the person's identity have no necessary connection and could be in fact contradict each other. This situation presents a serious challenge for all members of the church because it presents a view of the human person contrary to the truth. Yes! Right there. While I don't agree with a lot of things the Catholic Church says, does, and the way they conduct themselves, the way they've handled certain things in the past, which have been swept under the rug, disgustingly swept under the rug, this is absolute fact right here. Later in his letter, he asserts, at its core, this belief in a transgender identity rejects the significance of the sexed body and seeks cultural, medical, and legal validation of the person's self-defined identity, an approach called gender affirmation.
Not a psycho.
He goes on to add, we know from biology that a person's sex is genetically determined at conception and is present in every cell of the body because the body tells us about ourselves. Our biological sex does in fact indicate our inalienable identity as male or female. Thus, so-called transitioning might change a person's appearance and physical traits, hormones, breast, genitalia, but does not in fact change the truth of that person's identity as a male or female, a truth reflected in every cell of the body. Yes, this is absolutely correct. This is science. Indeed, no amount of masculinizing or feminizing hormones or surgery can make a man into a woman or a woman into a man, Bishop Burbage declares. And he's right.
You're absolutely right.
As for the dangers of the lies as the ones being pushed in the CW's flash, Bishop Burbage details, there is ample evidence that gender affirmation not only does not resolve a person's struggles, but can also exacerbate them. The acceptance and or approval of a person's claimed transgender identity is particularly dangerous in the case of children whose psychological development is both delicate and incomplete. First and foremost, a child needs to know the truth. He or she has been created male or female forever. Affirming a child's distorted self-perception or supporting a child's desire to be someone other than the person, male or female, God created, gravely misleads and confuses the child about who he or she is, His Most Reverend explains. And as somebody who teaches school, that would be the first thing. If I had a student like confide in me that they thought this was something that was going on, the first thing you do is, as an educator, you do not take it upon yourself to try to indoctrinate or guide this child in any way outside of a placeholder until you inform the administration, who then in turn informs the parents. Now, you see these teachers all the time pushing this gender fucking ideology garbage on these kids and tell them, oh, I'll help you transition. I'll help. That's being an animal bathing enthusiast right there. You're a groomer. You're a fucking groomer at that point. That kid doesn't know if they're a fire truck, I'm sorry, or a space alien, or, I don't know. As a kid, I wanted to be a He-Man character named Trapjaw because I thought he was so cool, but it's impossible for me to be a cartoon robot with removable attachments and a metal jaw. Literally impossible. Just as impossible as it would be for me to say, I'm a woman now, and start dressing and acting and then expecting everybody to indulge my fucking delusions and my mental illness in that if I identified as a female and, still had not the beard, but like 5 o'clock shadow and obviously all the fucking male traits, like Dylan Mulvaney, for example, that little fucking weirdo. It's a joke. This is a joke. This is a joke, and it's a bad one, and it's dangerous to children. Next he writes, now wait, the other side, the weirdos, the Troon supporters would say, the Catholic Church is responsible for so much more child abuse. Don't know about more, but are they responsible for child abuse? Absolutely. Should those people be punished to the fullest extent of the law to the fact that they never see the light of day again from outside a prison cell? Yeah, I support that. See, that's the thing, is nobody on my side of the argument supports damaging children. Anybody that hurts children is an automatic piece of shit. You're a criminal. You don't deserve rights at that point. All right? So this pushing this on kids, look, if you want to go be a fucking weirdo and say I'm a woman, you go do that. But don't expect me to be like, oh yeah, you're a woman now. Even though you're 6'4", 270, don't expect me to fucking validate. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you're retarded. You're literally fucking retarded at that point. Like, that's like that ma'am guy. Like, it is ma'am. Really, bud? Really? Because the fact that you are a fucking, you have an Adam's apple says differently, Chief. Next, he writes, in addition, gender-affirming medical or surgical interventions cause significant, even irreparable bodily harm to children and adolescents. These include the use of puberty blockers and effect chemical castration, which causes cancer, to arrest the natural physiological and physical development of a healthy child, cross-sex hormones to induce the development of opposite sex, secondary sex characteristics, and surgery to remove the adolescent's healthy breasts, organs, and or genitals. These kind of interventions involve serious mutilations of the human body and are morally unacceptable, he adds. Again, I agree. He goes on, although some advocates justify gender affirmation as necessary to reduce the risk of suicide, that actually increases the risk of suicide when they realize what a mistake they've made. Such measures appear to offer only temporary psychological relief, and suicidal risk remains significantly elevated following gender transitioning measures. And this is true. This is fact. After outlining all these dangers, Bishop Burbage notes, indeed, to disregard or withhold information about the harms of pursuing transition or about the benefits of alternative psychotherapeutic treatments constitutes a failure in both justice and charity. The CW's Flash is trying to groom other people by pushing outright lies through a gender ideology activist posing as an actor. This is wrong and should be opposed by all.
That's so very, very wrong.
Yeah, this is a joke and a bad one at that. This is a man, will never be anything but a man, and that's a biological fact. You cannot change your DNA. You cannot change your cells down to the micro level. You cannot do that. You can mutilate yourself and take all the drugs you want. I'm still not going to acknowledge that. Like I said, if you're just someone who, I meet on the street or happen to meet somewhere, and you're one of these, and I can clearly tell. Am I going to outwardly be a dick to you? No, I'm not. I'm going to ignore you for the most part, unless you address me, in which time I will address you as politely as I can. I will not go out of my way to be obtuse. I will simply ignore you and your delusions and go about my day being as polite as possible. That's not agreeing with this doesn't make you transphobic. Not agreeing with this makes you sane. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if you think I'm right, wrong, or whatever, but just let me know in the comments. Thank you to all my channel members for supporting us. We truly appreciate it. I'm Etep from the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of you. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll catch you on the next one.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
I could do this all day.
This doesn't bode well.
You are lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
Tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.